Hello, everybody. It is me, ElusiveOwl, and yes, once again, like I do this for every year, but this year feels like it doesn't feel like the road to WrestleMania at all. As we go down two nights once again of this year's WrestleMania, and we go through night one and night two of WrestleMania 42 predictions. So there is some matches on the card that has interest me, and there's probably quite a lot that is like, just mediocre, or it's been built by out of nowhere, and there's one match that comes into mind, but I'll get into that later on. So this is WrestleMania week. I am recording this on Wednesday, which will be 4 days before night one and night two. So yeah, it's WrestleMania week, so I thought I would get my predictions in before for this weekend's WrestleMania. So I have watched Monday Night Raw. There is a couple that has stood out to me during that Monday Night Raw show. And that was the segment between Stephanie Vaquer and Liv Morgan, with Kathy Kelly interviewing Stephanie Vaquer. And Liv Morgan did the exact same angle for what Vaquer did to Liv Morgan, and shove her into Roxanne Perez, which got that big blistering mark on her forehead. Which was absolutely amazing to see. But the heat feels like it's a bit personal between the two of them. Even if it's story based or anything, it grips you into it. Like, oh my God, they're actually going at it for real with each other. And Liv Morgan's screaming her head off. Stephanie Vaquer is speaking in her Spanish language, and shit's going down between the two of them. Shit is absolutely going down, and I'm all up for it for that match between those two. So yeah, I'll get to my prediction for that match. And another one that I have enjoyed was the I didn't particularly enjoy Brock Lesnar's promo for when he had a cut for Obafemi. This was during the contract signing, the second contract signing, I should say. Brock Lesnar was, but Obafemi, when he came out, the aura that the guy has when he came out of NXT, and he's only been in the WWE main roster for not so long now. He hasn't been in the main roster for not so long. And the build that this guy is getting for WrestleMania is huge. Absolute huge. To go up against the Beast, the Conqueror, the one who conquered the streak against The Undertaker, and was an absolute deadly threat in the Attitude Era of WWE, but now he's not in his prime anymore, but he's still quite a beast, pun intended. Oba cut an absolute brilliant promo onto Paul Heyman and towards Brock Lesnar. Absolutely amazing. If you haven't watched that promo, go watch it. It's pretty good. It is pretty good. So, right, without any further ado then, let's get right on to the match card. Let's start on for Saturday. Is it raining outside? Oh yeah, it is raining outside. That's why you can hear a bit of rain, I guess. So, let's start off for the bottom of the Saturday match card, and we will start with this match, which might potentially start off WrestleMania, and that is the 6-man tag team match, which is Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and I Show Speed getting his wrestling debut against the Usos and LA Knight. So this match came about when I Show Speed mistakenly attacked LA Knight with the brass knucks, and LA Knight since then invaded I Show Speed's stream, shoved him into the monitor. Logan Paul and Austin Theory credits I Show Speed for his work for that, and he's been put into a tag team match with Logan Paul and Austin Theory. And in a recent Monday Night Raw, Speed has been training with Paul and Theory. It looks like his finishing move is the Boston Crab. It looks like the Boston Crab submission, or like the Walls of Jericho that he's gone in. So that might be his finishing move. Oh, I don't know. You would expect Speed to do stuff in the ropes, to be a high flyer and stuff, because he can do flips and tricks and stuff if you know I Show Speed. But yeah, the last celebrity match that I did enjoy was the Bad Bunny match, which was back in, WrestleMania 37. Yeah, it was Damian Priest and Bad Bunny versus Miz and who was his partner? Was it John Morrison? I think it was John Morrison. Yeah. But yeah, I was incredibly surprised by that match, because Bad Bunny can wrestle. But the question is, can Speed wrestle? Can he wrestle? We've only seen him in the ring during the Royal Rumble last year, when he did shove off Otis to eliminate him. But then, Braun Breaker absolutely crushed him in half with that spear and sends him over the top. And then Otis, just to add a bit more misery, does a belly-to-belly suplex and sends him over the commentary table and just escorts him out of there all wounded and in pain. So everything. So yeah. So for this 6-man tag team match, which I'm not really fussed about, really, it's going to be the toilet break of a match, a bit of a boring match, really. But if they can entertain, then with the moves, then maybe I'll be down for it. But for this matchup, I'm going to go for the Usos and LA Knight. And please cut it with the yeet chants as well. Cut it with the yeets. The Usos used to be so serious as a team. They were such a good team when they were serious, and comparing, and I think there's some people that compared them to like the Young Bucks for the way they wrestle. Which I don't know. But, yeah. But I'm going to go for the Usos and LA Knight to win this match. Now, this match, next up, could happen in between different matches, because this is unsanctioned. So, while the match is going on, we could have another match that's happening, and they'll still brawl while that match is ended, and it can continue on to this match as well. But I'm talking about this unsanctioned match between Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. Now, I like how this is going here with this angle, because Fatu interrupts Drew McIntyre's match with Cody Rhodes for the WWE title, and he gets involved. Just wait for the siren to end. Okay. Well, speaking of jail, Fatu has a history of being in jail. So yeah, Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre. Drew got robbed of his title match because of Fatu getting in there, which made Cody Rhodes the champion. Which I will talk about that match later. So for this match, the heat between the two of them has been pretty good. So this might be a match that I'll be looking forward to between the two of them. But for this matchup here, I am going to go for Drew McIntyre. I think Drew McIntyre will get the upper hand against Fatu. It might be a bit bloody between the two of them. There might be a bit of blood involved. I'm not too sure. I love it if there was a bit of blood for WrestleMania. As sadistic as it sounds, I love it to be a bit of blood there. I don't know if Fatu's got a bit of backup for the match. I doubt it really. So yeah, I am going to go for Drew McIntyre to win the matchup here against Jacob Fatu. And that concludes the first hour of the ESPN matches. Now we move on to the normal matches on Netflix and in ESPN. But in this case, I'm watching on ESPN. No, not ESPN. Netflix. I'm watching on Netflix, yeah. Now, it's the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way match, which, to be honest, I don't really care. I do not care for this match, really. But we've got Nia Jax and Lash Legend versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria versus the Bella Twins. The amount of brawls that I have seen these four teams going at it with each other for week after week after week after week. It's just tiring and boresome, and it's just so repetitive that these teams are going at each other from Raw and SmackDown and back to Raw and SmackDown. It's just non-stop. And then they have a match with the other team, and then all together they brawl. And then one team's facing another team, and then all together brawl. I don't care about this match. I don't. I'm not a fan of it, really. But if I had to pick on who would capture the titles, I'm gonna go for Bayley and Lyra for the win. Lyra did get her moment with Becky Lynch last year, but she got but a few days later, Becky Lynch turned heel on Lyra, and that created a little feud between the two. But with Bayley, they will secure the titles more longer than Lyra did with Becky Lynch. So yeah, I'm going for Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Lyra will get back-to-back WrestleMania moments and capture the tag titles. Now, speaking of Becky Lynch, we've got the Women's Intercontinental Championship match with the best of the Divas era, AJ Lee, versus the best of the modern women's era, Becky Lynch. So, from the way that we're going about it, these are like two of the best generation of different eras going at it with each other. You know, AJ being Divas champion for so long, and Becky Lynch being two-time champion that she was when she defeated Ronda and Charlotte at WrestleMania 35. It was. It feels fitting that we have these two match up against each other. So yeah, so I am going to go for AJ Lee to retain her title, and this could be be of an interesting of a match, but I'm gonna say Becky Lynch and this referee who I've forgotten who her name is. Becky and the ref are gonna have some sparks with each other during this match. Like Becky will get the upper hand, and then when she's trying to pin AJ Lee, go 1, 2, and then she kicks out. Becky's gonna go absolutely mad on rampant with the referee. She's gonna be like a ball in a china shop, go absolutely mad over the official. The official might have a little something on Becky Lynch. When Becky's trying to attack the referee reverses, pushes Becky into AJ, and AJ might apply the Black Widow and secure and still retain the Intercontinental title. So, yeah. So I'm going for AJ Lee for that one. All right. Next up is a match that feels forced and on Monday Night Raw, it didn't really deliver really for me getting hyped for the match. This should have been Braun Breaker in this position really, but unfortunately Braun's out injured. And unfortunately, we got Gunther for this replacement. So it's Seth Rollins versus Gunther. Yeah. I wish it was Braun to do this, because the story would make a lot of sense if it was Braun Breaker, the leader of the Vision, to go up against Seth while Seth destroyed the Vision. Well, he was the leader, Seth, but he turned his back on them and everything. So, yeah. So, unfortunately, we couldn't get Braun for this match, which I'm quite disappointed about. So, yeah. With Gunther taken out, because being a career killer that he is, ending John Cena and AJ Styles' career. He's not going to end the career of Seth Rollins, but he will get the victory here over Seth Rollins. It'll be quite a good match. But if Braun Breaker does come out, and interrupts Seth Rollins as he's about to do the curb stomp, we go back to the Masked Man figure. Like, as he's about to do the curb stomp, the random Masked Man comes back, like hood down, got the mask on to like hide his face, stares at Seth, and then Seth Rollins still applies more attack on Gunther, and then the referee might get incapacitated for the match. He might be dazed and whatnot, and the mystery masked man will attack Seth Rollins, and at the end, Braun will apply the spear onto Seth, and then the masked man will reveal itself to be Braun Breaker, which means he is clear of he is clear to compete, he is clear to wrestle again, and he's eyeing Seth for future PLE events. So yeah, and Gunther then will apply the submission, choke Seth Rollins out. Seth Rollins won't tap. He won't tap, I don't think. If he taps, then alright, fair enough. Tap or not, tap or pass out, Gunther will win the match. And maybe he becomes part of the Vision? Question mark? I don't know. It'll be a big addition if they do. If they do get Gunther in the Vision. Who knows? Okay, next is the co-main event of the night. It is the Women's World Championship match for what I talked about earlier with these two. I'm quite looking forward to this one. The heat between these two are quite good. It's Stephanie Vaquer versus Liv Morgan. So Liv Morgan made a music video that I saw on Monday Night Raw called Trouble. I'm not a fan of it, but I respect Liv Morgan for making a music video for her to come out of WrestleMania during this feud. So I'll give Liv credit. And Liv needs to win this match. Liv needs to win it. Because if we get the title on Stephanie Vaquer more, it wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be good. Because she speaks more in her native language. It's kind of hard to get across to people with the language with the language that she is speaking. So it would be more fitting if we can get the title around Liv Morgan and get her WrestleMania moment. So yeah, I'll love it to be Liv. Liv deserves this moment. She deserved that Royal Rumble win, and she deserves to be the women's champion. So yeah, I'm gonna go for Liv to win. Now for the main event of night one, we have got Cody Rhodes versus the Apex Predator Randy Orton with Pat McAfee. Yeah. Yeah. Super Pat Mac. Oh my lord. It's Pat McAfee turned heel. The crowd has been absolutely losing their shit as to why Randy needs someone like Pat McAfee in their corner. I don't get it. It's like Pat McAfee at a recent SmackDown as well. It's like he's cutting this promo onto Cody Rhodes when it should be Randy that should be doing that. And then when Randy and Pat was leaving the building, Pat was carrying the WWE title with him. Like, it should be Randy that's carrying the title. Why does he need Pat McAfee to carry Randy Orton when it's Randy Orton that should be doing this? Randy Orton does not need someone like Pat McAfee. And Cody Rhodes, I've not been liking Cody Rhodes recently, but I'll give Cody Rhodes prop for what he said to Pat McAfee. You know, he's saying like the people don't like what you're doing, Pat, and that he should go home. Go home and not step just outside the ring from Randy in his corner. So yeah, but it's gonna happen. It might happen. Now then, this match is what I think could happen for the ending. Is what I think could happen. While Cody Rhodes is look like he's about to win against Randy, and he might apply the crossroads. He goes for the crossroads on Randy. Goes for the pin. Pat gets up onto the ropes, interferes. Referee is telling Pat, you know, get off the ropes, get down, and all that. All right, it was like, all right, and then you hear, Kevin Owens returns from his neck injury. Kevin Owens returns, and the crowd's going to be like, oh my God, Kevin Owens is back! Kevin Owens! And he is staring into the face of Pat McAfee. So, as the two of them face off against each other, staring face to face, Cody Rhodes then gets Randy back up, does another crossroads to Randy Orton. Well, Randy Orton might be picking up a bit of momentum, but Cody Rhodes puts another crossroads onto Randy, and he goes for the pin. 1, 2. Pulls the referee out. Who did that? Who pulled the referee out? Takes off the shirt. Kevin Owens with his shirt says RKO out of nowhere. That son of a gun. Cody Rhodes is part of Randy Orton's allegiance. Kevin Owens has sided with Randy, so it could be more than one phone call that Randy Orton had, not just with Pat McAfee, but with Kevin Owens too. And Randy Orton might deliver, boom, RKO out of nowhere. Or going back into the prime Randy Orton from 2009, he goes into the corner of the ropes, tells Cody to get up, slightly gets up, his hands and knees as he's trying to get up, and then he stalks, and then boom, kicks his skull with the punt kick. I actually cracked my neck as I did that as well. But that felt good, actually. But he kicks his skull and ends the match. 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton is the new undisputed WWE champion. And he goes out. Pyro goes off in the back with Pat McAfee and Kevin Owens hoisting Randy Orton's arms as night one comes to a close. That will be good. That would be good for booking. Now then, welcome to night 2 of WrestleMania, folks. Now then, let's get started with the 2 matches on the first hour of ESPN. That features, these are 2 good matches as well to watch on ESPN as well. But let's start with a fun Intercontinental Championship ladder match. This is going to be Penta versus Javon Evans versus Dragon Lee versus JD McDonough versus Rusev versus Rey Mysterio. So this was all put together when Penta's announced that he would defend his title in a ladder match, and they were thinking, who would we have for this matchup? Well, let's go for 5 high flyers and 1 powerhouse, which is Rusev. So the high flyers, which is going to be Penta, Javon, Dragon Lee, JD, and Rey, they're going to create entertainment. They are going to create moments of... They're going to create WrestleMania moments that will feature the ladder, that will feature the top ropes, that will feature possibly 2 ladders, that will feature table... Well, I don't know about tables because we haven't got the Dudley Boys, but there might be announcer tables moments. There might be 1 OMG moment, especially from Javon Evans, a young kid such as Javon Evans, which I believe he's... How old is he? Is he 21, 22? 21 or 22 years old. And he was the youngest to be in the Elimination Chamber match ever. So yeah. So as for this title match, the Intercontinental title match, it's going to be fun. It's going to be action-packed. And I am going to say, for what I just mentioned, Javon Evans is going to absolutely be a star of WrestleMania. And he will reach up and grab the title, making him the new Intercontinental title and the first title reign of the main roster for Javon Evans. The kid needs it, and I'm going to go for him. I'm going to go for Javon. Now, next up is also going to be an interesting match that I'm quite looking forward to myself. And it might be a bit of a squash match. I'm not too sure. I don't know. We'll see how the pace goes for this one. So yeah, I hope it's there. I hope it's better than the Brock and Goldberg matches. I really do. But we've got Obafemi, who's absolute future, the future of pro wrestling, definitely with this Nigerian giant. Nigerian giant, that's Omos, isn't it? The ruler, the conqueror, the mountain, Obafemi, going up against the beast, the conqueror, the streak-ending killer. I'm making him sound like Gunther. Versus Brock Lesnar. So yeah, this match should be good. I didn't like the moment for the first contract signing when they were throwing like chairs to each other, and the brawl between the two of them was a little weird and stuff. But like I said with Obafemi's promo on the last Monday Night Raw, absolutely amazing promo. And probably one of the best promos that I've heard of Obafemi in the main roster. So yeah, this will be fun, I reckon. And yeah, I'm going to go for Oba. Oba's going to pick up this big victory over Brock Lesnar in the grandest stage of WrestleMania. And yeah, it's not going to be long until he's given a title shot. It's not going to be long until he's going to get a title shot. Obafemi is the future of pro wrestling, and Obafemi, he's going to be the face of it soon enough. He is the future, the absolute future of pro wrestling. So yeah. Now, next up for the United States Championship, we've got the Gingerbread Man, Sami Zayn. Absolutely love that. For what was it, Little Yachty or the Trick that meant? I think it was Trick that mentioned it first, that he was the Gingerbread Man. So yeah, we got the Gingerbread Man, Sami Zayn, which I'm not liking what he's doing nowadays. Being, he's forced into he forced himself into the Open Challenge matchup against Kamala Hayes, and he ended up winning against Carmelo. Carmelo Hayes, and he picked up a win. And now Carmelo Hayes is not even featured at WrestleMania at all, which I'm absolutely pretty pissed off at. Which I'm actually pretty pissed. I'd love it to be, the feud, the recent feud that was in NXT between Carmelo and Trick Williams, which would be Carmelo's last feud when he went into the main roster. And I'd love that to be the United States Championship match. But we've got Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams nonetheless. So yeah, I'd love it to be Trick. And you know what? I think I am going to go with Trick. I think Trick Williams in the main roster will get his first title reign by beating Sami Zayn for the United States Championship. And Sami Zayn, get your ass back to catering. Get your gingerbread ass back into catering, I'd say. Do not care. Get yourself back there and wait for the main title shot next year, because 2027, that's your year. That is your year. But yeah, you'll get your moment in 2027. But as of now, give the United States title to Drake. Now, next up, it is a 3-year return, and I can't remember the last time that he came out as the Demon, but we've got him as the Demon form. Anyway, was it against Roman? Question mark. No, I don't think. No, I don't think it was Roman. Who was it against that he last had the Demon form? Let me know in the comments. But it is the Demon Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. So yeah, the Demon. Well, Finn Balor, as teased, that the Demon will be returning at the grandest stage. So I'm absolutely hyped for this. Now, the question that I have in my mind is this going to be a squash match? Because when Finn Balor is in the Demon form, the Demon goes absolutely full-on rampage. So this might be a quick match. This could be quick. Count it for 2 to 3 minutes, maybe. But yeah, I'm going for the Demon. I'm going for the Demon Finn. He's winning this matchup. You cannot give the win to Dominic Mysterio. It does not make no sense if you give the win to Dominic by beating the Demon Finn after Finn's not used the Demon form in the past 3 years. It would be absolutely stupid. So yeah, I'm going for the Demon Finn for that one. Alright, next is the co-main, and it is for the WWE Women's Championship match between the two bitches that these two have proclaimed themselves to be. Jade Cargill, the champion, who's called Rhea a bitch, and looking all good with her body and physique and that. And Rhea Ripley, who says to Jade, well, you've got the muscles, you've got the physique and everything. Like, these two are comparing their bodies to each other. Like, what is this? What's going on? It's a wrestling match, not a body contest, or not beauties. What is it when like world's strongest man competition shit? Yeah. Yeah, there's like they're modelling for the world's strongest woman, or some shit. So yeah, but yeah, Jade's. We'll assume now Jade's turned heel, because now she's with who she's with. She's with B-Fab and Meechin. That's it. B-Fab and Meechin. So yeah, she's turned heel. So Rhea is going into this as a face. But what I'm annoyed at is we're using Io Sky as a side piece for this momentum for this match, and I love Io, I do. She's a great wrestler, and she nearly broke her neck once from Raw when she did a diving crossbody. I think it was diving crossbody onto Asuka, and she nearly broke her neck from doing so. And like, this is all built up for WrestleMania as well, and Io's not even getting a match at WrestleMania. Like, okay, she's had matches against Asuka and she had matches against Kairi Sane. So like, you need to give Io Sky a possible match against Asuka or Kairi Sane, or something like that. But have it an impromptu match or whatnot. But having Io Sky not being booked for WrestleMania is a joke. Your former women's champion as well not being booked for WrestleMania it's ridiculous. It really is. But for this match, well, I'm going to say Io might get involved. I don't know if Asuka and Kairi will be involved. B-Fab and Michin will be involved. They'll get their moments. And at the end, I think Rhea Ripley will pick up the win and be the new women's champion. And she will leave with Io Sky, all hurt, all bruised and everything, but they leave as the champions, you know. And this will cause Io Sky, from what she heard from Asuka and Kairi, saying that, I think Asuka says to Io that she is Rhea's side piece. So with that, she might think, oh yeah, I need to get into the main frame once again. So how will she do that? Heel turn. Turn heel on a friend. Set up for a future PLE with Io versus Rhea, which Io has beaten Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley has never beaten Io. So yeah. Alright, final match, the big one. It is for the World Heavyweight Championship to cue off WrestleMania. It is CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. Now, I think with this feud, when it first started, I loved how it started. Because it feels like there was personal heat between the two of them when they were working on the mic. You know, Roman says, what were we doing, Zebros, or some stupid shit like that. And then CM Punk brings his father into it, saying like, I'm gonna bury you next to your dad, which is Seeker, which I thought, oh my god, that was absolute heat to bring up their father like that, which holy which was absolutely heat from that moment. But then we had this is like an odd coincidence, because every time that Roman comes out and says, and we were in Sacramento last for Monday Night Raw, he said, Sacramento, acknowledge me, and then CM Punk comes out, and then the other one, which was like, Madison Square Garden, acknowledge me, CM Punk comes out, and no words were exchanged between the two of them because they brawled. CM Punk puts Roman into the table, and CM Punk comes out on top. But then we had the Usos involved. The Usos got involved into this main title frame, and they could have a part to play in this matchup. The Usos might come out, will get involved. CM Punk will say something to the Usos and say like, I'm not the one who should be apologizing for your, dumbass cousin over here. And then when they hear CM Punk say that, they get in there and they start brawling on CM Punk. So yeah. And then Jey Uso, when Jey is about to spear CM Punk, he accidentally spears Roman Reigns. And then Punk will take both Jimmy and Jey out of the equation. Punk, seizing the moment, takes Roman on the shoulders, and then, boom, go to sleep. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk will still be the World Heavyweight Championship, proving that, yes, he is old, but he can still fight being old, that he proclaims himself to be. And that will cue off WrestleMania with Punk holding the title up, way up high, pyro goes off in the back, and we cap off the 2 night of WrestleMania. So yeah, there you go. That concludes my overall predictions for WrestleMania's Night 1 and Night 2. So yeah, if you enjoy my predictions and if you agree with my predictions, then let me know down in the comments below. If you have your own intake on the matches itself, on what you think will happen, then let me know in the comments. But yeah, with all that being said, everyone, thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment on this video. Follow all my socials if you haven't already yet. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. And I'll see you all for WrestleMania. Bye for now.